Hello there, everyGF, and welcome to my Week 2 team builder for the Florida Flygons in the XPDLA Season 1. Last week we may have had a loss, but I've discovered some new things about this league, made some changes into the team, and fixed some things on our team that I made a mistake with last time. So I'm going to start by explaining that. First of all, I've dropped Mega Absalon, picked up Mega Ordino, because I didn't have a fairy type on the team. Then I also dropped, I didn't drop anything. I found out that I only have Giratina altered, not normal form, so that was a mistake on my part, but I still lost the match, so it doesn't matter. Well, I also found out that this isn't a win-loss ratio league, so it bases everything that bases if you get into playoffs on your win-loss ratio. It bases on your differential. So last match, we lost. The opponent had 2 Pokemon and we had 0. So we got a -2 differential and they got a +2 differential. So we actually did pretty well because 3 teams during week 1 were 6-0'd. So we are actually currently sitting at the top of the bottom half of the league. Because half of us won, half of us lost, but we are sitting at the top because no one did any better than a 2-0. Well, some people also did 2-0s. Lord Buckethead did, but I think actually the person we're going up against is currently at 2 points. Or they might be at 6 points, I don't remember. Or 4 points. It's one of those things. And yeah, that's really it. So I've also worked a lot of time on this team builder. I'm very excited, but we're going up against a Rose, probably the person I've talked to the most and hung out with the most during this league. So I'm very excited to finally go up in a match against them. Why am I saying finally? It's week 2. So let's break down their team first. So they have Darkrai, a very scary dark type with the ability to put any Pokemon to sleep 100% of the time. Then they also have Tapu Koko, another very scary Pokemon that can hit really, really hard with electric type moves and fairy type moves. We have El Chompo to deal with them though. We then have Howlucha. Howlucha is terrifying. I'm really scared to go against this thing. It's actually Howlucha is the only reason I bought El Diablo, because El Diablo can defeat Howlucha, but pretty much no one else on my team can. So I need to be really careful when going up against Howlucha in this match. So that's their first 3 jobs, and that makes a terrifying core. But then they have Araquanid, who's also really, really scary, because Araquanid has the ability to set up sticky webs, to hit people really hard with bug and water type moves, making a very scary Pokemon. I do have a lot of hazard removal on the team this week, so we shouldn't be completely screwed, but if we do get into a bad situation with that, that could lose us the game. Then they have Decidueye, their own very good hazard removal Pokemon. They actually sniped Decidueye for me, which is why I picked up Survivor the Delmise. So I kind of hope they bring Decidueye so I can see which grass ghost type is better. Decidueye is also very scary because it gets some very good ghost type moves and some very good grass type moves and hazard clearing. I didn't bring any hazards this week, I don't think. I don't even know my own team. Then they also have Delphox, a very scary fire psychic type, can hit very hard with fire type moves and psychic type moves, and has a magician, so any item we have Delphox can take. It's a really good fire type and another very scary Pokemon. They have Rhydon as their tier 5, which can set up Stealth Fox for them very easily, hit really hard with the rock and ground type moves. So it's a pretty scary mon, but we have quite a few Pokemon who can easily take it out. So Rhydon's probably the mon I'm least scared of. I don't really think it's going to be bought. Definitely think Araquanid is coming though. Latios is their mega pick. It is a dragon psychic type, making it very, very scary. That's why I bought a lot of Pokemon to take that thing on. Genesect is also very scary. It has a bug steal, same type as Sizzle, so we're going to need to use fire type moves. You can see we bought Theo to deal with that. They have Hitmontop, another hazard removal mon, is a good fight type and a good Pokemon overall. Gliscor is weak to ice but can hit pretty much everything else really, really hard. And Raichu Alolan, a psychic electric type, which is just good in a lot of different ways. So the mons that I think they're going to bring, I think Darkrai, Tapu Koko, Hawlucha are definitely coming. Araquanid is also pretty decent against my team. Then I'm thinking possibly Latios, Mega, Genesect, Raichu Alolan, or Decidueye. All of those are possible brings. But anyway, let's break down our choice for our team in this week. So first we have El Diablo, the normal Giratina at this time. I got it right. I gave it Rocky Helmet and the pressure ability. We have Aura Sphere to go up against Darkrai. And Thunder one-shots Tapu Koko. I mean, not Tapu Koko, Hawlucha. If it is max special defense, which is not going to be, you wouldn't put max special defense into Hawlucha. So if we can get this thing in, we can hit Hawlucha super, super hard, do a lot of damage, and be very, very scary. We also have Thunder Wave, so we can get some speed control on their team. They don't really have any medic Pokemon who can heal their team really well, but neither do we. Then I also put Shadow Ball on the team because Shadow Ball does a lot of damage to a lot of things on the team, and one-shots Raichu Alolan, which is really, really good, and also one-shots Delphox and Decidueye, making Guillotine really scary. But the entire reason Guillotine is on the team is to take out that Hawlucha. I am terrified of that thing. We need to play really carefully around it, but if Guillotine can take it out, we should be all fine. And stats, I put in 252 in HP, 252 in attack, and 4 in special defense. Moving on to El Chompo, another Pokemon returning from week 1. El Chompo may not have gotten a kill then, but is hoping to return and gain vengeance for what he has lost today. I just realized that I do not have a good nature, so I'm just going to click that and then fix all the things I don't like there. So it's just that and that. Wait, no. This goes down. Sorry about this. Forgot to add the nature, which is stupid of me. Also, does Guillotine doesn't have a nature either. That could be bad. 52 special attack, 2 HP, and special defense. We click that. Then we move that down, this up, and that up. Anyway, back to El Chompo. So El Chompo has Buginium Z. That is there because it one-shots the Darkrai. It also does a lot of damage to... It one-shots anything on their team that's weak to Bug-type moves, which is really, really good, and I hope to be able to one-shot that Darkrai, because I don't want to have a bunch of our Pokemon put to sleep during the match. We have Technician Knockoff to do a lot of damage, and X-Scissor. X-Scissor it will be our Buginium Z move. We also have Bullet Punch for some priority, and U-Turn so we can get some momentum by switching out of there. Moving on. A new Pokemon we've never brought to a match yet, Theo the Moltres. A lot of people said I was crazy when I got Moltres. I didn't think so, because I really like Moltres as a Pokemon. It is my favorite of the Legendary Trio because I'm Team Valor. But let's see how we built Moltres. So Moltres is a Focus Sash because I don't want to be able to swap in. Ideally, they don't get rocks up at all during this match. But if Moltres comes in and they use Stone Edge on us, Moltres can take that really, really well, and now Moltres is super, super fast. We have everything into speed that we can possibly have. This match, I am going to be doing calculations, unlike I did in the last match, which will hopefully make this match go a lot better. Maybe even we could get a win, which would be insane. But we have a Flame Body on as Moltres' ability, so if anyone attacks Moltres physically, we have a 30% chance to burn them. And because they have a very physically attacking team, especially with Hawlucha, burning it could be really, really good. So, for moves, we got Hurricane, because Hurricane takes out Araquanid, takes out Decidueye, takes out Hitmontop and Gliscor. Defog, so if anyone uses rocks while we're in, we can get rid of them. Heat Wave, that does a lot of damage, takes out Decidueye as well. It takes out Raichu Alolan, it does a lot of damage to Darkrai. And Hidden Power Grass, so if they do bring the Rhydon, and Rhydon swaps in, we use the Hidden Power Grass, that thing is dead meat. So next is and for stats, I already showed you the stats. So another new bring this week is Survivor the Delmise. I'm very excited to grab this thing, and I'm very excited to finally be able to use it. I've never used Delmise before. So we got our nature on this, which is all good. So we have physically defensive Delmise with 252 HP, 4 attack, and 252 special defense, which is very, very good. Well, I hope it's good. I don't know anything about this. We have Leftovers because Delmise's identity is bulk as humanly possible. Still Walk ability is the only ability it gets. And we have a Rapid Spin on Delmise, which lets us clear rocks. The only main reason I'm bringing Survivor is to protect Theo, because Theo does a lot of damage to their team, and I don't want Theo to be destroyed by Stealth Fox early on in the game. We also have Anchor Shot just for some coverage, and Earthquake does a lot of damage to Tapu Koko, like a lot. It also does a lot of damage to Rhydon, Delphox, and Raichu Alolan doesn't get Levitate. And then we have Toxic just to throw on something if a very bulky mon swaps in against us. Next, returning, probably my favourite member of the team is Dougie, or the Doug Trio. I nearly named this thing Rorschach, which I'm kind of regretting because I've bought Arena Trap as its ability every week. Dougie this week is carrying a Life Orb with the set Earthquake, one-shots Tapu Koko, which is, again, incredibly scary. I'm really scared of this thing. Sucker Punch is a great move, Stone Edge, and then I also bought Protect, so if anyone tries anything against us, we can scout out some moves. So we have really high speed, super high attack, and the tiniest bit in defense. Basically, if we're hit by anything, we're probably going to die, but let's hope Dougie can do a lot of damage to not get hit. And finally, we have the Greninja, who we are going to specify as female, like my first ever Greninja. I'm going to do that every week, guys. I'm very sorry. And Choice Specs Greninja with Protein, or Protein, I don't know how to pronounce that. We have Hidden Power Ground, which does a lot of damage to a lot of monsters in their team. Raichu alone is a possible switch in, and so is Tapu Koko. Neither of them like Hidden Power Ground from Greninja. Extra Sensory does a lot of damage against things like Hawlucha, Hitmontop. That's just a little cover too. Hydro Pump, I didn't bring Hydro Pump last week, I'm glad I remembered this week. Does tons of damage to Delphox, Rhydon, Gliscor. It also does damage to Darkrai. And finally, U-Turn. This is for momentum. We switch Greninja and use U-Turn and get out of there. So anyway, that's our team for this week. You're seeing this uploaded just before the matches. I hope you will all enjoy the match, and I hope we managed to pull out the Florida Flygon's first ever win. I've had a lot of fun making this team. Let's hope that we can get a good win, and I'll see you all in the match. Let's fly Flygons.